What is your view on this Instagram post? Is it tasteful or inappropriate? And what about, say, this music video? There's a very fine, sometimes blurred, line between nude as art and nude as nude. But who decides where to draw that line? Facebook? Google? Or us? Welcome to Is This Art, where we take a closer look at pop culture and try to answer the age-old question, is this art? In 2013, the song Blurred Lines by American singer-songwriters Robin Thicke, Pharrell Williams, and rapper T.I. was released. It was controversial, not only because of their copyright infringement, but also because of its explicit video starring the artists and models Jessie Mbinge, Elle Evans, and Emily Ratajkowski. The original video was released on the 20th of March of 2013. It featured uncensored nudity. Jessie, Elle, and Emily are seen dancing around in a minimalistic setting wearing nothing more than their thongs. With the hashtag Blurred Lines dominantly featured in text as well, the whole video appears to be made with the purpose to provoke a certain reaction that is best described by a question. What do I think of this? In light of this, uploading the R-rated video on YouTube can probably be viewed as a statement in its own by its makers, knowing very well that YouTube's censorship filters would inevitably take it down. Which happened within the first week. Having anticipated this would happen, they quickly released a YouTube-safe version. What does this say about the prudishness of our big internet companies? Probably not that much. These filters are mainly driven by an economic factor. Big internet companies like Google and Facebook run ads.
We believe that we need to offer a service that everyone can afford, and we're committed to doing that.
Well, if so, how do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
And in order to do so successfully, they have to create a family-safe, uncontroversial environment. Actually, it probably says more about the prudishness of our society today. One way to get around this prudishness is labeling something as art. Nudity in art has been around ever since people started making art. Just look at these ancient Greeks and Romans. They loved nudity. Society back then did not seem to mind that at all. This all changed with the rise and spread of Christianity. In the early Middle Ages, nudity almost vanishes from European art. One of the reasons why nudity is a no-go area in Christianity is the story of Adam and Eve. Their nudity was linked to sin. In addition, nudity is intertwined with sexuality, which, according to the Church, is a threat to the salvation of souls. In the Renaissance, a renewed interest for antiquity leads to the revival of nude in art, but strictly in a mythological and biblical context. However, not everybody was happy with this public display of nudity. Pope Paul IV, who was pope between 1555 and 1559, physically removed all penises from the statues. Later popes also followed in his example or placed these iconic leaves in their place. As a counter-movement from these ideal Renaissance depictions of the human body, Peter Paul Rubens and Rembrandt strived to be more lifelike and honest when painting the human form. Take Rembrandt's explicit etches, for example. This is basically 17th century porn. But is it also art? In that time, just like today, there was a huge demand for nudity, and just like now, the lines between art and porn were blurred. Check out this painting, for example. We see a Greek mythological scene. A satyr and a nymph, both associated with lust, looking very desirable at each other. A painting like this was too controversial to hang in the living spaces, so it would have probably hung in the bedroom, covered with curtains, and open only when the owners felt in need of, well, inspiration. Therefore, it can be considered art, while also quite pornographical. What's found acceptable when it comes to nudity changes over time, just like fashion. Today is an odd time for nipples, for instance. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram have strict guidelines around nudity. Social media users are continuously scraping the boundaries of what is okay to post, which can result in images that are taken down. Some of these users, like Emily Ratajkowski for example, sometimes even post more explicit photos knowing full well they will be deleted as a way of protest. Or you might have heard of Nipplegate, surrounding Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. It was recently back in the public debate after this performance by Adam Levine. Why is it okay for him to be topless while there was such a fuss about Janet Jackson's little nipple slip? Back in the 18th century, for example, people did not make a big deal out of nipples at all. Check out this dress. The nipples are almost completely out, but ankles, whew, they had to be covered up. This just shows our standards and values when it comes to nude and art really change over time. Art reflects the standards and values of the particular time in which it is created, which is kind of cool when you think about it. Art is a mirror reflecting society. Have a look in that mirror. What do you think? Is this art? Let us know whether you think this is art or not, and let us know your suggestions for new episodes of Is This Art? Thanks for watching.